Guys, I said I'm not going to do a full video tour until we're fully moved in, so I can show you the whole house and the lights and everything, as opposed to just the ceilings, because while we're still unpacking and there's boxes and stuff everywhere, it's too messy. But I'll do a brief pre-video tour, just showing you the layout before we get a chance to do that. So you walk in here on ground level, and the only part of the house that's ground level is the garage, which there's a door to the garage. We'll go there later. And in the stairwell foyer here is this Fasco World's Fair. I'm going to put some different shades on that light. And you can see over into the living room where the Columbia is, and to the kitchen and the dinette area where the air shadow is. And then down into the lower level, which is technically not a basement as it's above ground. So, like I said, just do a brief video tour now. I'll do a longer one later where I go through all the fan speeds and show you all the lights. And I've already done that individually. This has LED bulbs in it. I'm doing no incandescent, so everything will be LED or fluorescent. So, and then in here, you can kind of see some. There are my various preheat chrome top fluorescents, and then the two lights on either side there have CFLs. And then the spotlight on the plant is an LED. This is on a learning remote, and the lights are controlled by the light portion of the learning remote. This is on a learning remote. Both are on low right now. And the lights on the fan are controlled by the light portion of the learning remote. So, and this was not my first choice for the kitchen, but it's what ended up here, and we'll see how long it stays. When we first found this place, I was talking about doing the air shadow either there or there, and then I wanted to do the small World's Fair. By the way, it's positioned so it's centered on that window so you can see it from outside. Wanted to do the World's Fair in one of those two places and the air shadow in the other, and eventually decided it made more sense to do the air shadow here. So then my original plan of putting the Four Seasons here got nixed because I wanted a fan that kind of matched with it, that was vintage. So similar color, similar wood blades, wouldn't distract from it. And I tried a bunch of different things in pictures. I didn't actually install them. And someone gave me this Slimline, and I was like, well, that fits the bill exactly. The wood blades are about the same. LEDs in that. They're filament LEDs in 3000 Kelvin. And they're dimmed right now. It's got its own non-learning remote. I've been experimenting with different LEDs. So you can see as that slows down that that's actually. And then I got all my preheat CFLs under the cabinets, and LED there, LED there. Again, I'll show you more when it's not a mess, but we're still unpacking. So there's this, and it does exactly what I want it to do. They look like the finishes are the same. They're not quite the same. It's a gloss brown versus an oil rubbed bronze, and I don't know that the woods are the same, but it's exactly the look that I was going for. And the only downside is that the Slimline is not one of my favorite fans. So, will it stay here? I don't know. I've toyed with a few other ideas here. The mini round nose, but that would be a pain to install. The little union thing, but that might hang down too low. And again, I want to make sure that when you look at the two of them, that the air shadow is the focal point, and this is just kind of like a, utilitarian fan. Like, they look like a pair that matches. And I also kind of want it to go together out here. The dark antique brass on this matches well with the air shadow with the bronze, and then the brass on the Slimline ties with the brass to that, and then these two are both ornate. I'd rather have a brown and brass one here, and everything would go together. But you can see what I'm talking about there with the two, So I'm open to other ideas there for the Slimline. Everything else here is what's going to be here. I was going to do a video tour before I put fans in the bedrooms and living room and studio, and get suggestions, but I ended up hanging fans before I had a chance to do a tour. So that's just the way it is, and I love my choices. Love this Columbia. You'll see the other choices. I'm very happy with everything. Like I said, the slimline might change. The other one that might change is also a Nutone. Is this Nutone at the top of the stairs. I originally hung the one that was in the second bedroom of the condo here just to see if a 36-inch fan would fit. And when it did, I was like, okay, so I can open it up to all 36-inch fans. And I wanted to do something different than a veranda. Problem is that a 36-inch veranda has got to be the coolest 36-inch fan that I have. I can't think of a cooler 36-inch fan. And so, but I didn't want to reuse that same cane one. What I really want is a brown and brass 36-inch with stencil. But the reason I did the white is because, again, I believe all the fans should tie together. So we got the ornateness with this and the two in the living room. And then that ties to the white fan that's in Nia's beauty room here, which is the Tristar. I have that running on high to break in the bearings. They're still kind of noisy. I put some lithium grease in there and ran it over the motor on the workbench overnight, and it still has not gotten much better. So we'll see. If it doesn't get better and the noise bothers her, then I'll change the bearings. But I figured I'd let it run on high some. But I am in love with the Tristar in here. I think it's perfect, and she likes it too, so I'm very happy with that. Then in the master bedroom, island fans on a swag kit. Forgot to mention, this is also on learning remote, as is the Tristar. In here, the learning remote, hey baby, does not control any lights. I can't think of any lights, because the lights are on X10, so that we can control them from both the bed and the door without having to move a remote. So, I can't think of, the only thing I would think of putting on the remote is if I wanted to make our nightstand lights not touch lamps, then I could put those on the learning remote. Otherwise, it's just the fan and the learning remote in here. Anything you want to say about the fans in the house, baby?
No. Don't take away my light.
Don't take away your light. Oh, you want your touch lamp?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if they stopped working or we decided to go with different lights. I do kind of hate the touch lamps because I can't, like, turn them off all with one switch the way I can this, so if I forget to turn it off, I just end up having to leave it on.
Yeah, I like being able to reach out for it in the night without having to be precise.
How often do you turn the light on in the middle of the night?
I turn it on all the time.
Okay. Well, she's right and I'm wrong, I'm sure. So, anyhow, this is on a learning remote. This is not, I could put it on a learning remote, and I may put it on a learning remote, depending on what fan I put there. If it's a fan that does not have an internal speed control, I would definitely put it on a learning remote. Because again, I'm trying to do the full learning remote house here to promote the museum. So that's the upper level. Again, this one's not on a learning remote, and this would be harder to put on a learning remote because there's not a lot of room in that outlet box there, and so I'd have to probably change the outlet box, which is what I did here. I had to change the outlet box, and so that's why it'd be easy to add one to that if I wanted to. So, I think my favorite is this. I think this install and fan is just really cool. I love it even more than I thought I would. I'm so glad I did it. I did that because I was talking to Josh Mack and realized I need to have at least one Casablanca in the house. And so that's the coolest Casablanca that I own, in my opinion. So we'll go down there in a second. So out here in the garage, I have my half pipes. And I have two industrials. These may change, but these are not my favorite industrials, but these are just what my gut told me to install. And I like it. I've got the Proline here on a long down rod to clear the door. And I've got a ring fan on a slightly shorter down rod. So the light switch turns on these lights and fans back here. They're also on a learning remote. And that's just because the light switch is for that socket. So I might drop this fan down. This is, I think, an 18-inch down rod, so maybe I'll drop this fan down on a, on a 1-foot down rod. Another preheat. Blink, 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 blinky, blink. And then, which one of these? Back, front. Made me think of the Cameo song, Back and Forth. Bearings in this are a little rough, and you can actually hear it. It's not loud down here, but you can hear it in the bedroom upstairs above the garage, so I may change it. Not change the fan, change the bearings. I already oiled them, and that's not going to do any good. This is the one that Andrew Gould rescued from an abandoned mental hospital. And turn them on high, because why not? But I'm not going to do full spin down and all that this video. A lot of people have said they don't like the ring fan. I don't know why. I think the ring fan's really cool. It's not even that it's my favorite. The ring fans are not among my favorite. But I just like it here. I like it with the half pipes. If I were to do any other fan here, it'd probably be a Dayton Lasco, because I love Dayton Lasco so much. But I already have one in the shop, so I don't really see a need for two. And I just realized I'd never hung a ring fan, a 56-inch one especially. I've got the little small one in the museum, or a 56-inch Proline before, and I wanted to hang them. So, I like them. I have no intention of changing them anytime soon. Suggestions that were made to me, should I opt to change them? Okay, that's the wrong, oh well. Suggestions that were made to me, should I opt to change them, were round motor gold line and orange line. So I certainly could do that, and I'd probably do the orange line back here and the round motor gold line out here. But I'm not wild about either of those. I like these better, I think. Only thing I want to do is maybe drop that down so you can see the ring fan from out here. But we'll see. May not change that. That could be like my condo, where it stayed the same fans for years before I changed anything, and then I finally changed it. So switch at the top of the stairs is three-way from my track lighting that was inspired by Cole, because I did not have enough of the same size track heads, so I alternated them the way that he does. And put the little Homestead here. If a 36-inch fan did not fit at the top of the stairs, then this was going to go at the top of the stairs, and that was going to, then nothing down here. And since a 36-inch fan did fit at the top of the stairs, I wanted to make sure I had a place to hang this, because this is just too cool. But nothing fit where the outlet box was there because of the closet door. So had the bright idea to put the track light in, move the fan over, and I like it. I like it a lot. It does what I need to do. It looks great. Helps with the heat. This house being 4 different floors. When we first moved in, the bedrooms were hot and the downstairs was freezing, and the living room was just right. Putting fans over the stairs, especially the one at the top of the stairs, the little veranda. Now the bedrooms are cooler than the living room. Living room's still just right, and the downstairs is still the coldest. So there's the track lighting. You guys have probably all seen this already, but Sonnet-Air. I don't know why I was letting it run on medium, but I had a reason. My chrome top accent lights. Medium in here too. I must have been doing a medium thing. I never remember. The light switches are so oddly placed in here. The builder had some really odd decisions. Turn it down to low. Still on the fence about leaving this where it is or moving it over. More than likely going to leave it where it is, because if I move it over, it'll be just slightly off center, and it will look like an accident instead of right now. It looks like it was just weirdly placed on purpose. Interestingly enough, the island fans in the master bedroom is only 3 inches off center, but to my eyes, it bothers me so much that it's off center. It's 3 inches off center because that's where the joists are. And so I think it would really bother me if I moved. I'm still tempted to try it. You can see I made the little pencil mark where it would go. But I think if I move it, I'm going to regret it, because then I'll have a hole in the ceiling I have to patch. And I'll probably end up moving it back. But there you have it. So, Sonnet-Air. I love this room. I love this install. Only thing I don't like is the blinds, but they're not worth changing. It's, it's just an odd color. I like this color better, actually. That color doesn't bother me at all, but this color is just like, why? But as I fill it up with music gear, no one will notice. So the Sonnet-Air being off to one side is really cool. The track lighting. I got my guitar rugs, my piano rug. So yeah, this is my space that I still have to, I can show you this because it's just my mess down here. So, there's my chofa, a couple of bookshelves, my organ and Leslie. There's a tin of miscellany of mine. Another tin of miscellany. Computer wires. I think Nia told me miscellany is not the right word. I can't remember what word she told me was correct. I don't know. She's the grammar one. I'm not very grammar. My Prince clock. And first room I put a fan in. First room I added lights to. My preheat sanctuary of blinkiness. And I don't know why the little CEC is off. I guess I just decided it needed a break. Well, no more break for you. Is it not starting on low? No, I guess I have to hit it twice. Didn't take the first time. So, you can see I got Nia's lights stashed up there just because she wanted them out of the way. I'm sure as soon as she's ready for them, they'll come back down. But I converted this to preheat. This was already preheat. This was preheat converted to electronic ballast, and the electronic ballast had failed, so converted it back to preheat. And, yeah. Little CEC was the first fan I hung. I just picked a spot at random and said, okay, let's try it there. Only reason I might move it is because I can't hang. I was going to do the hangers on those bars over there, those gas pipes, and I can't do that because the blades are in the way. So if I move it a little bit closer to the light, but if I move it closer to the light, then those wires are in the way. So it might not, yeah, it might just stay. I don't know, I've thought about it. I could move it close to the wall there, but that's real random and weird for it. I think it'll probably stay. So, there. Now you have a taste. I guess since I might come down here. I don't know. I've had a long week and a long day, and just everything's been long. If I come down here, I either could do some unpacking, or finally found the parts to wire up those accent lights permanently. They're just sitting there on the ledge with cords just wire nutted to them, and I found the little lamp nipples that I needed to wire them up permanently. So maybe I'll come back down here, but for now I'm going to turn all the lights off because I don't feel like working on anything right now. It's been a long day. And the dimmer for the track lights is down here. It's three-way, but I did it this way so that you can, you can turn a light on from the top of the stairs, but you can only dim from down here where you can see and decide if you know how bright you need them. Furnace just kicked in. All the fans are on low. This one's a little higher than low, but I did that on purpose because I'm trying to figure. I think that's why I had the other fans on medium too. I'm trying to figure out, is there a way to equalize the temperature down here the way there was with the upstairs? Because the thermostat's on the living room floor, and maybe I need to run this higher. The medium on this is just not. It's a little bit too fast. Medium's too fast. Low seems like it'd be nice, but let's see here. Let's do some mediuming. Medium. Whoops, that's lights. Well, let's do a preheat show. Okay. And phone's dying. Medium. Medium. I've tightened the switch housing on this multiple times, but when I run the fan on high or medium, it works its way loose again. So maybe I need a lock washer for in there. The Columbia will get up to speed and go faster. It's faster than that on medium, unless the capacitor has failed, which is unlikely. Just takes some time because, like I said before, those blades are really heavy. We'll try that and see if that helps normalize the temperature. Okay, well, I've let you into my new place, and when we get finished unpack and have art on the walls and do all the things that people do when they're moving in, I'll do another video. if I do any other changes, I'll do some more videos. I'm going to put new shades on that when they come, so that'll be in a video. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. I've certainly enjoyed doing the installs, and I'm looking forward to living here. So, thanks for watching.